All right, this is an interview on 10th of May 2021. This is Dr. Michael Lorenzen, and I am with.
It's Bruce Ackers, and I'm here assisting Dr. Lorenzen.
And Russ Egnew.
All right, thanks, Russ. Go right ahead and tell us what you've seen.
All right, well, it was a nice summer evening, and a friend of mine was standing outside my camp here talking. It was sun was just starting to go down.
Like last year?
Last year.
Okay.
And it was middle of summer. And we were just sitting there talking, and something caught his eye, and he asked me what was leaning against the tree over there. And I looked over, and all I saw was a black shadow at first. But then when it turned and looked at us, it was actually standing bipedal against a tree. It had like a dog face and full of hair, and it was huge. It was like 7-8 foot tall. Okay, once it saw us, there's a little ravine back there. Once it noticed that we noticed it dropped down and went down that ravine on all four. And we didn't, we came in and I drew a picture of it, and we were telling everybody, I've seen a few things in life, but nothing like this. I mean, it didn't seem like it wanted to hurt anybody or anything. It was just seeing what we were doing. And I don't know, a couple nights later, Brandy, next door neighbor, and I were out here, had a fire going, just sitting out here talking, and we kept hearing whistles. And every time the whistles would move, and I was thinking they're like surrounding us or whatever, just seeing what we were doing. But we heard noises back here in timber, and it was still a little light out. So we started snapping pictures, and some of the pictures that we got, when you enlarge the pictures, you can see the faces. There are two juveniles and a female adult in one picture. And I think the two juveniles are twins. But you can see all the features in the pictures as far as the pointed ears, the short muzzle, the eyes, everything. They've come up to the camper. They've slammed the camper and ran. They go up to the neighbor's trailer, and they'll hear things through the window, and then you'll hear scratching going down the trailer. And when you come out, Richard's got pictures of that too. See big scratches down the side of the trailer. So,
big scratches, like a foot wide, with a normal bigger.
Well, it's I'm saying probably 6-8 inches from top to bottom of scratches, but it's 3 or 4.
Yeah. Were they wider than a normal human hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Try to talk one at a time.
Yeah, sorry.
But things like that. And then the dogs, they have dogs over there. And the dogs in the middle of the night will just start going off at the windows and on the other side of the house, back by the bathroom. When you start down the hallway or come outside to see what's out there, we have seen them. Now that window's 8 foot tall. This thing was looking in the bathroom window, and when we saw it, it dropped down on all four and hit the tree line behind us, which is probably 35-40 yards. Within a matter of seconds, it was gone. I don't think they're here to hurt us or anything. I think they're just curious, like we are, of what they are. But I don't know if you could actually see it. It has dog features for a face. I mean, it has a short muzzle. It's got the pointed ears, and I don't know. It's intriguing. We took plaster casts of footprints. Richard has hair and stuff from other things, but we found. I think it was 3 or 4 pieces of hair back here. I don't know if he still has it or not, and it was right on the tree, but it was like 6.5, 7 foot up. So we don't have cows or anything back here that get that high in the tree. There's a fence back there, but it seems like the more noise that's around the house, if we're outside having bonfires or or have music going, it seems like that's when the activity with them starts. It draws another curious. I don't know. But Richard has come over and we have walked this area back here, and we saw quite a few tracks. We saw, I mean, perfect living arrangements down there. There's caves and stuff down there that have been non-explored for years. Nobody ever goes back there. But you hear things all the time around here. We have coyotes, but when these things come around, you won't even hear the coyotes for weeks. I mean, you usually hear them every day. You know, they're on the like nighttime routine. When these things come around, there's no coyotes around. You don't hear them. So big dogs run the little dogs off. But I don't know. After seeing it, some people call bullcrap or say the lies or whatever. But I know what I saw, and the guy that was with me knows what he saw because we saw the same thing. And the neighbors have seen. We've got pictures of things looking in windows. I don't know. It's just they don't seem to be scared of us at all. I mean, I walked out in the grass. The grass was 6 foot tall. You can see them like move. They'll move around on all fours, and then they'll stand up like playing peekaboo, like to see where you're at. And they did that for like a half hour, 45 minutes one time. We're out here, had a bonfire. Brandy was sitting right here, and she kept saying, "There's no." And when I turn around, you could see him going down, and then you see the grass move. Are you brave enough to go out there and see what it is? Well, no, none of us are either. But it's kind of neat because they can walk on all four or walk on two, but they can also run on all four, and they're fast. But they're big. I mean, one male, I think it was a male, that was down here by the end of this trailer over here. He was crouching down. I took a picture of him crouching down, and when he stood up, he's every bit 7.5, 8 foot tall, and he's pretty girthy. I'm saying 370 plus as far as poundage. He's big. So, but like I said, they don't seem aggressive. I've been out in this area all hours of the night in the dark, and you hear things walking with you. When you stop, they stop. You can feel things just right there with you. You can hear grunting, like almost like a snort growl. But they've never attempted to do anything mean or anything. So I don't know. I think it's interesting.
So you don't feel any malevolence from them or any?
I don't. I mean, the girls are scared of them because they're afraid they're going to get in and get the girls and the dogs. With me, like I said, a simple tap or knock on the camper, and that's about it for me. I mean, they don't really mess with me too much. They focus more over there. But I have seen within 20 feet of the camper these things standing up in the grass back here just checking things out. And it's always we heard a couple whistles, I think, night before last, but nothing conclusive. It's usually when it's really warm and there's activity. They want to see what's going on. Come on down to the time for a cookout. I'll show you.
Well, I'm happy to come down here during a cookout if you want to invite me. So you just let me know, and Bruce know if he's available, he might be able to come out. We can join you.
Sounds good. Nothing like ribs on the grill, and I'm looking for something cryptid. But yeah, I mean, until I saw it with my own, like I said, I've seen other things in life, but Bigfoot. Okay, everybody made a big deal about Bigfoot. Okay, yes, it is a big deal, but when you've got Dogmen, dude, they look for real. They actually look mean as hell, but I don't think they are. I don't think there are. I think you'd have to really agitate one to get it to do anything. Like I said, I've been back there. Richard has walked within 10 feet of them when they're laying down. And after he got by him, you'd hear her get up and run. And he was like, wow, it's just right there. It could have hurt me, it could have killed me, but nothing. They don't seem too interested in it. I think they're just as curious as we are. But they really need to look at though. But I don't know.
You mentioned earlier about how you came back one day in the car and you.
Yeah, we came back. I think we were fishing, and I'm pretty sure we were. And like I said, the bathroom window was like 8 foot off the ground. Well, when we pulled in, there's a freezer over there, and when we pulled in, I saw something over by the freezer. But when I actually saw what was over there, it turned around, saw us, and once again dropped down on all fours, and instantly, gone fast. But he was standing there on 2 feet, looking in the window. And like I said, the bathroom window, 8 foot in the air. There's nothing out there to stand on for him to be looking in there. It's just ground. But in Tam's window in the back, again, 8.5 feet off the ground, nothing to stand on. And she's got pictures of something looking right in her window, and her bed's right below that window. So when she saw the picture, she was getting a little nervous. Wanted me to put a screen and everything else in now. But she got a little nervous about that. If they're coming up to the house and looking in the windows. But if when you see the pictures, if you really look at it, I don't think I'd really want to look out my window and see that looking right back at me. Yeah. You know, they are big. But I don't know. I want to find out. I want to find out more. I go out and scout the area all the time, looking for different tracks or hair and stuff. We have a little pine thicket back here. It has a little pond around it. I go back there and look around the pond for tracks. But I think here pretty soon they'll be coming back. Like I said, it's usually when it's warm and things are active. So Richard and I went on a little night hunt back here one night. This was before he had his thermal and stuff. And we did a couple with knocks and stuff, trying to get their attention. And as we were getting ready to walk out of the woods, they were whistling in the woods, like right behind us, almost like taunting us, mocking us or whatever. But Richard turned around and he said, yeah, go figure. Right as we're getting ready to leave, they're gonna, But I think they're smart. But I don't know. Like I said, it was something new to me, and very interesting.
Okay.
So.
Well, before we forget, you mentioned earlier, and if you wouldn't mind, you said you saw the Grass Man in Ohio.
Yes.
If you'd like to recount that, this be a good time to tell us.
Okay. Well, my fiance and I at the time had just had a child, and she hadn't been out to bust loose or anything, so we decided to go for a night cruise and just, we're driving through the country and we got lost bear crap. And I pull into the cemetery, just turn around. And as I pull into the cemetery, something stands up behind the tombstone. And when I'm looking at this thing, it's only about 4.5 foot tall, 5 foot tall. But it's solid hair, long hair. It's like brown, black, and kind of a yellowish. But the eyes really stood out. It had big eyes. And girthy legs, fat legs for a small dog. But when it stood up, when I pulled in, it took off running from behind the tombstone over to a tree. And I looked at my girl and I said, did you see that? She goes, yeah, actually I did. Get the hell out of here. She goes, because where there's a baby, there's a mama. But we never went back. Probably couldn't find that spot again anyway. But it was.
Where was that at in Ohio?
It was over by Steubenville. There's a little like a subsidiary edition right down the road called Pottery Edition, and it's right down by Pottery Edition on the back roads out there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's back roads. I mean, but when we pulled up there, I mean, he just, like, we surprised him. He stood up, just stared right at us. We were probably 25, 30 feet from him. And I was just like, you see this? She's like, yes, I do. Get out of here. So we left. We went home and told a friend. You'll never believe what just happened to us. She's like, what's that? I think we saw baby Bigfoot. She's like, what bar did you stop at? We were stone sober. We hadn't drank nothing. I said, we're nothing. I said, we both saw it. And she made fun of us for a little bit, but then other people around Pottery Edition had said that they had seen things too. So she started kind of believing a little bit or whatever, but I know what I saw, and the eyes were what really captured my attention. And just, they're big, and this thing, it kind of looked like Cousin It with shorter hair, but fast. And hair color was really cool though, because it seemed like the outer shell of the body, the arms and legs was darker, the chest a little lighter, and around the face was where the like blondish yellow was up around the eyes and ears and stuff. But once he saw us, he didn't take any time taking off. He's gone.
You drew a picture of what you saw with the Dogmen. Have you ever thought about drawing a picture of what you saw in Ohio?
Not probably good.
That'd be interesting. Just your personal.
I probably could. Like I said, the hair on the arms, I mean, for a little guy who's hairy as hell, that's all I can say. I mean, armpit hair probably this long, you know, for being 4 foot tall. But I don't know, it's another unique experience. Things that you don't forget that kind of stick with you, you know.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that in Ohio, that's what actually got me interested in the Bigfoot stuff and Yeti and all that. You know, I dig into it a little bit just to try to get a little scoop on it. But when you pull into something and actually see one, it puts all that paperwork and everything that you've read, it puts it to shame, because it's really neat in real life. What people say in pictures you see, some of the pictures are close to what I saw, but I've never seen a picture identical to what I saw. So,
It's no longer a question of whether or not it's true. You know it now.
oh yeah, I believe it.
So, just a question, if you don't mind. What's your age?
I'm 51.
Okay. A lot of times when you record an interview, like in the paper and stuff, it always says the age, so I thought I'd put that in there. So,
51.
okay. Before I turn off the thing, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this?
I said y'all just gonna have to come down for a cookout
All right.
and experience it, man, for real.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
We'll get Richard down here and we'll all just, yeah, because I'm telling you, you'd love it.
Okay, I tell you what. Bruce and I will come out here if we can, and I'll even bring one or both of my sons.
Yeah, go ahead. More than welcome.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this, and thank you very much, Russ.
Yes, sir. Thank you.